You got to understand too, Jesus, when he was born, he was wrapped in swaddling clothes. Do you know that's the same thing he was wrapped in when he died? Strips of the white cloths from the priest's garments. He was wrapped in those. Now, some people say, oh, that's a shroud of Turin or however that town is pronounced. No, it's not. Because we know that those were pieces of cloth, not whole cloth. Now, there was a napkin laid over his face. And matter of fact, the Bible tells us that the napkin was laid neatly, folded neatly to one side of where they laid him. I love to ask why. Because it tells us he's coming back. In the Hebrew culture, if you were at a dinner and you had a number of different people there, and all of a sudden you could see a group of people over there on the other side of the room you would need to go talk to. Hey, I got my lovely plate right here. I need to come back. I fold my napkin up neatly, lay it next to my plate. If I'm coming back. That's the Hebrew culture. If you're not coming back, what do? Wad it up and throw it in the middle of the plate. That points to him coming back. Now, is Jesus interceding for us right now? Yes, he is. He's in the heavenlies. He's the high priest in the heavenlies, interceding for us even right now. So now we got to live for him. That's up to us. Jesus is raised from the dead. And when the Sabbath was over, what Sabbath was that? That was the weekly Sabbath. Because remember, there was 2 Sabbaths that particular week. There was a yearly Sabbath, the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The Feast of Unleavened Bread is a high Sabbath. They had a preparation day for that as well. This is the weekly Sabbath. So, when the Sabbath was over, the weekly Sabbath was over, and they were saying to one another, who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance of the tomb? And when they looked up, they saw the stone had been rolled away, for it was very large. You are looking for Jesus of Nazarene, who was crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. See the place where they laid him. But go, tell the disciples and Peter. I love that. Why and Peter? Because he had betrayed Christ. Yet Christ hadn't forgotten him. And Peter, that he is going ahead of you to Galilee. You will see him there, just as he told you. The Bible. Just as he told us. Every word in here is true. Psalm 119, verse 160, one of my favorite verses. The sum of, that's a math term, means all of it added together. The sum of your word is truth, and all of your righteous rulings endure forever. We can trust that.